Alright, good day. Today we're putting up a Fanaway Orbit retractable fan blades and lights. I like these retractable fan blades. It makes the room nice without the fan sticking out unless you're using it, and then it automatically retracts. So here's a little quick packing here. Looks like a control box and a remote. It comes with some lights, very nice. There's the fan. It looks like it's somewhat assembled. Yeah, we're gonna have to take this out, I'm pretty sure, and then attach this to the ceiling box, and then reattach this case onto it. We'll look at the directions and find out. This is the light canopy, and that's it. We're gonna put this together. Here's the directions. Alright, so we'll just get started. Okay, we removed the old ceiling fan. Now we're going to remove this base out of here. It's got 4 screws. These just be loosened. I don't have to undo them. These I take them all out. Took them all out. Okay, so this is the. Okay, so this is going to be the base. We're going to mount this to the electrical box, and then see what's inside here. All the wires green, it's always ground. White is usually the hot, and then black neutral. Alright. There are no, let's see here. This is, I hope this is the mounting cable. It's definitely a safety cable. There's the directions showing you the mounting. So we'll put this cushion side up against the ceiling. Use 2 screws. Should come with the electrical box. They might have some in here. Alright, there's the electrical box. I always like to test the screw out first. There's the screw we're going to use. It's going to be the very fine thread screw there. Okay, my autofocus is not working for me. Alright, and always test it here first to make sure it's gonna work. There you go. So that works up pretty good, so we'll use these, and then we'll put the base on there. Just a reminder, make sure you turned off all electrical power. Circuit breaker is off. There's no electricity here. You don't want to get shocked from the electricity. Not a fun thing. Alright, we'll put the screws in, nice and flush. Notice I have a little hook right here. We're gonna put the fan unit, we're gonna hook it in here through one of the holes on the side of the unit. That way we have access, it'll be on this side here, to connect all the wires. So that's cool. And so you're not holding it with one hand or getting someone to help you. So you can actually just do this by yourself. And then connect the wires. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hang it there. Then we're gonna connect these wires, ground wires, hot and neutral. And then we'll take it off the hook and then put the housing securely around the base. And you already have these screws in place. Remember that in the beginning, where we just have that little L shape. I'm gonna hook it in there. Alright, so I got the fan unit hooked onto the hook. Now before you just start plugging all the wires in, black, black, white, white, so on, so on, remember there's a receiver box that we gotta connect in between those wires. So maybe, I'll show the instruction, and you can pause it and look at the instruction. Okay, there's the wiring connections. It's in the manual. There's a schematic on the left side, written instructions on the right side. You can pause and read it or look in the manual. Okay, now I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it all together and I'll show you where all the wires are. Okay, once you have your mounting bracket in here, there's a hook inside your parts. Find a place where you can put the hook in. That's where your safety cable is going to be attached to. Try to try to look for a place where it goes into a beam or rafter, something, you know, solid frame. If not, you may have to take the mounting bracket out and put a drywall anchor behind it where you're going to put the hook at, then do it that way. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Okay, then once that's done, now we will mount the base for the fan. Okay, I have the receiver up here, and now all the wires are connected. You see these two wires by themselves on one side of the unit. That will go to your house wires. You see it's already labeled ACN. Okay, mine's there, white to white, black to black. Okay, and then on the opposite side of the receiver is all the other wires for the light and the fan. And it's pretty straightforward. It's all labeled for you. Light. I should see here. Light. Okay. Also color coded, so it's really easy to put together. Blue, blue, black, black, and white to white. So very straightforward. I like that. No complications. Now we're gonna, once it's all the wire nuts are attached, we'll put some little electrical tape around it, keep it secure. We'll throw this inside the box here, and then we will attach this safety cable, get it ready, and put it up inside. All right, got the control box. If you have multiple fans of this type, make sure, and you don't want them to operate on the same remote, make sure you change those switches. Up is for on, down is for off, and then make sure your remote has inside the battery box compartment, you'll see the same set of switches, and you're gonna do this, you're gonna match it the same way. So if you got 1, 2 up and 2, 3, 4 down, you're gonna put on your remote, the same way, 1, 2 up, and then 3 and 4 down. And then that way each remote can be separately operated if you have multiple fans of this type. I don't, so I'm just gonna leave it in default, all up, and just put it that way. I got the safety wire snug there. Got all the wires. I put a little bit of electrical tape on each end just to hold it. Usually I like to test the electrical outlet, make sure it all works before I close it up. But because I don't have the light hooked up and this is pretty heavy, I'm not gonna be able to do it this time. Just gonna hope it's all hooked up right. I'm gonna put this box, the receiver box, inside here, and then put this up against the wall, and around those screws, and whoops, there you go. Those hooks will go around those screws up here, and then I'll put the 2 side screws in, and then we'll put the light in. Okay, I have the fan unit up against the wall, attached to the base, or the mounting bracket. Hooked around those screws there. Now I'm going to put the other 2 screws, one on this side, one on the other, more permanent. And then I can hook up the light right here. I'll hook up the light, and then I can do a quick test to make sure all the connections are working before I secure everything. All right, fan base is all hooked up. Before I put the light on, I thought that was just kind of neat. For those that like mechanics and that sort of thing. You can see the mechanisms for the fan blade for the top part here. So as it spins and the weight of the blades swing out, and they have the hinge point, kind of moves this geared arm, and it moves along that track here. Got that spring right here, so that way it counteracts that spring and pulls it out, the blade out. The centrifugal force pulls the blade out, and then when it slows down, you have less centrifugal force, and then those springs pull the blade back in. So that's kind of cool. I have another one like this, but I wasn't able to see the mechanisms inside because it's all covered. So I thought it was pretty cool. All right, now let's get the light and let's finish this. All right, so we got 3 screws here. I took one out already, I removed it. I left the other 2 in place, just loosen them up. Okay, and they're gonna hook in right into those little holes there. Now the screw I took out, removed, was this one with the lock washer. I'm gonna use that one for the solid hole right there. Okay, and so now we'll just slide this base unit for the light onto the fan unit, and then we gotta push that wire through. That should not be coming up through that hole. And then on the other, so this is gonna be the top. It's gonna be up. This right here is gonna be facing the fan unit, and the bottom part. There's that one, so can't get it wrong. Okay. Oh, we got the light base unit attached to the fan base unit. We've got the screws in here, and then we'll tighten these up. There's the other one, and then the solid one right there. That's the one with the washer, the whole single hole. Now we'll tighten it up. Of course, make sure that you brought these cables through from the top. And this is for on the base of the fan. We'll plug them in, and then we'll put the cover on. Put the light bulbs in that came with the unit, and then we'll put the cover on. Okay, so I got the light bulbs in. Now I put the cover in. There's the hooks. You will see those little indents on the cover here. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure we put the indents on one of these groove sections here, and then we'll slide it or turn it to hook into these brackets, and that will hold it. All right, don't forget to put this little metal cap in there in the middle, holds up all the wires before we put the light bulbs on, and you'll be good to go. Okay, and then once you put the cover up on the light bracket, mounting bracket here, just gonna keep turning it, and then you'll feel a little bit of resistance. And then you just turn it a little bit more, get past that little resistance, it'll pop right into those hooking brackets, the mount brackets up here that we showed you earlier, and it'll settle right in nice and tight. Okay, now we're gonna test this on. One more thing, there's a switch up here for summer use and winter use. So summer, I believe it brings the air down, circulates the air from the ceiling down. And then winter is the reverse. So this is basically, fan reverse switch. So you have to do it manually. Cannot be done by the remote like some other fans. Not really a big deal for us because we just leave it on summer and just forget it. We always put it in one direction. Rarely use it during the winter. Okay. Let's go ahead and test this out. Light works. There's the fan. Fans work high, medium, and low. One thing I like about this is I have this hooked up to a switch, so I can just flip the switch off, turn the switch back on, right back to where I have my last setting. So it has a memory, so that's kind of cool. I like that. It's not necessary to put on a switch. You can put it hard drive hookup. It's just the way I have my fan in this room set up. It's by the switch. Okay, so there you have it. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty big light base. The light is a big coverage surface area, so it's different. All right, hope that installation helped. Have a good day.